It's not on purpose I keep playing Metroidvania retro-style throwback games, it just kinda lands that way. Maybe that just speaks to what sort of game I like. Or maybe it's just because I wasn't expecting it to take forever to finish Summon Night 6 and make a review about it, so I decided to play something else instead. Oh, whatever the case, Odallus the Dark Call. Odallus, I'm gonna be messing that one up. This is a nifty little retro action-adventure game from 2015 by the studio Joymaster. Introducing Haggis! Sheepguts over here is off to rescue his son after a dark ritual destroys his town. The Odallus is a mysterious jewel that has been broken and scattered throughout the world. Each level contains a grotesque monstrosity that carries a piece, and along your journey you will slowly reassemble this gem. While there's not much more to the story than that, I think that's for the better. It keeps things intriguing enough and builds atmosphere without ever overstaying its welcome, oozing with this creepy horror feel without ever actually being scary per se. So the first thing you'll probably notice about the gameplay is every time Crumbly Lamb here throws out an attack, his cerebral palsy kicks in and he seizes up and locks into place while attacking. You can't really run forward and slash everything you see too easily, and it makes it so you have to be a little slower and methodical about your approach, and I'm a-okay with that. It also complements the game's sub-weapon system. You have tools such as axes and lances at your arsenal to approach problems from different angles that your sword doesn't allow, giving you more ways to face an enemy. These weapons aren't infinite either, as you buy limited uses of each one, making it so you can't just spam projectiles at every problem you face. And while the game is difficult, it doesn't get to that retro hard level that scares a lot of people away. It probably will still be too hard for some, but it's not impossible by any means. It does have some of the type of mechanics you would expect from a retro hard game, such as getting knocked around when you're hit, but there's very few death pits to fall into. And the game's life mechanic can be a little frustrating for some, but making you start at the beginning of the stage instead of your last checkpoint when you run out doesn't seem like an unfair punishment if you're okay with some challenge. Progression in this game is a lot like every other game I talk about, where there appears to be a fair bit of linear level progression, but you soon realize that your new abilities you collect can be used on previous levels, allowing you to go through alternate routes and find hidden levels. Finding some of these secrets are optional, where you'll find more power-ups for your sword and shield, but a lot of them aren't. You'll quickly find yourself reaching what should be the final level of the game, but you're not permitted access unless you've assembled the Odallus, by beating all of the bosses in the game, and a good handful of those are in these hidden levels. And while finding a lot of these hidden levels was fun enough, I actually spent a long time running around trying to find one in particular. So if you're no good with these sort of games, be prepared to get really frustrated. Now, this game is obviously nostalgia bait. On top of these mechanics, you've also got your 8-bit-like graphics, ability to turn on scan lines, and even a color palette that attempted to stay within the limits of the original Nintendo. Look at that widescreen though, that's not retro at all. This isn't an old NES game, it's a fake. I can see through you, Odallus. The original NES didn't have meat pudding. By now you probably already know if this is the sort of game you'll like or not. It's a platforming adventure game, or really just a Metroidvania in every sense. Bearing minor bumps along the path, I really enjoyed my 5 hours with this game though. Bashing through enemies and watching the growth of our Scottish delicacy protagonist was all very enjoyable, finishing on a strong note with an incredibly challenging and fun boss fight. Having said that, this game gets my B+ out of 10. Best Castlevania game Konami has come out with in quite a while. I'm glad to see them going back to their roots, you know? I really can't wait to see what they come out with next. Yeah. Keep up the good work. Boy, I hope Bloodstained is good. What, you were expecting some sort of Christmas episode? Christmas is over. You wouldn't want me to talk about, We Wish You a Merry Christmas for the Wii? Nah, get that shit out of here.